Welcome to today's video, where we dive into an exploration of a powerful philosophical idea from one of the most thought-provoking thinkers of all time, Arthur Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer's writings about human nature and society challenge conventional thinking, and today, we will address one of his most intriguing claims: why intelligent people scare society. Schopenhauer's life and work revolve around an understanding of human nature that emphasizes individual suffering, the limits of rationality, and the profound, often disturbing truths about life. His philosophy challenges the common ways of thinking that govern much of society, which is why intelligent individuals who see beyond the surface are often misunderstood and even feared. In this video, we will dive into the ways intelligent people, as defined by Schopenhauer, become a threat to the ordinary fabric of society. But we won't stop there. We will also discuss how this fear can hold society back from progress and why, despite the discomfort they evoke, intelligent people are essential to human advancement. Let's get into it. The misunderstanding of true intelligence. Schopenhauer begins with a critique of how intelligence is generally understood in society. Most people see intelligence as simply the ability to acquire knowledge, memorize facts, and use logic in specific situations. This traditional understanding of intelligence often aligns with what Schopenhauer refers to as mediocrity, a state of mind where people simply follow societal norms and pursue material success without questioning the fundamental principles that govern their world. For Schopenhauer, true intelligence is not just about raw intellectual ability. It's about the capacity to think critically and independently, to step outside of social conventions, and to ask uncomfortable questions. Real intelligence is disruptive. It questions everything that society holds dear and challenges every accepted truth. It sees beyond what is right in front of us. This can make intelligent individuals seem out of place or even dangerous to the social order. The ordinary person is not equipped to handle this type of intelligence because they don't want to challenge their worldview. People, as Schopenhauer noted, would rather remain in ignorance than confront the uncomfortable truth that intelligent people often bring to light. They don't want to know that their beliefs might be flawed or that their understanding of reality might be partial at best. This discomfort with the true nature of intelligence leads to fear and even disdain for those who embody it. Fear of the unknown. Why intelligence makes people uncomfortable. A key theme that runs through Schopenhauer's philosophy is the human fear of the unknown. It's easy to accept what we know, to continue living our lives within the confines of our familiar surroundings and accepted beliefs. The moment we are confronted with something that challenges that comfort zone, fear sets in. Intelligent people are a constant reminder of the unknown. They represent a different way of seeing the world, one that questions established norms, conventions, and values. For many people, this is unsettling because it forces them to confront their own limitations and the flaws in their understanding of the world. To make matters worse, intelligent people often don't shy away from exposing these uncomfortable truths. They confront ignorance head-on, which can make the average person feel vulnerable, exposed, and unprepared to deal with the deeper implications of these ideas. Schopenhauer understood this fear deeply. He saw that society often operates by staying within certain boundaries of thought. Intelligent individuals, however, are not content with these boundaries. They push against them, explore what lies beyond, and share their findings, which often contradict the comfortable assumptions that the average person holds. And when these assumptions are threatened, people recoil in fear. As a result, intelligent people, who are doing nothing more than thinking deeply, end up being seen as a threat to the established order. The isolation of the highly intelligent. Another significant consequence of intelligence, according to Schopenhauer, is the isolation that often accompanies it. This is not just the result of being a loner or antisocial, but rather the inevitable outcome of having a perspective that most people cannot relate to. True intelligence, Schopenhauer believed, tends to make an individual solitary because the more a person knows, the more they realize how little most people understand. In Schopenhauer's world, society doesn't necessarily reward true intelligence. Instead, it often ostracizes those who possess it. The average person seeks comfort, conformity, and simplicity, and they are often not interested in deep, challenging intellectual discourse. This creates a fundamental disconnect between intelligent individuals and society at large. As such, intelligent people may find it difficult to form meaningful relationships or find others who can match their intellectual capacity. This isolation is not just emotional, but also social. The highly intelligent individual may feel disconnected from society because they are forced to live in a world that does not appreciate or understand the depth of their ideas. In a way, this social alienation is a form of suffering for the individual, but Schopenhauer believed it was also a necessary part of the intellectual journey. However, this isolation does not make the intelligent person any less of a threat to society. It merely reinforces the notion that society finds them frightening precisely because of their inability to fit in. Intelligence as a source of power and threat. As Schopenhauer understood it, intelligence is not just a mental capacity. It's a form of power. It gives the individual the ability to see things others cannot see, to understand the world in ways that the majority of people cannot comprehend. In this sense, intelligence becomes a weapon, capable of uncovering uncomfortable truths and exposing flaws in society's structures, ideologies, and power systems. This power is inherently threatening to those who wish to maintain the status quo. Society often favors stability and uniformity, and intelligent individuals, by their very nature, challenge this stability. They bring to light ideas that may undermine existing power structures, challenge the morals and values that the majority holds dear, or suggest new ways of living that might destabilize the social order. For those in power, intelligent individuals are a direct threat. The more a person can understand, critique, and propose alternatives to the existing order, the more dangerous they become. Those who have the ability to question authority and reveal its weaknesses are often met with hostility. Throughout history, intellectuals, philosophers, and reformers have been ostracized, marginalized, or persecuted for offering ideas that threaten the established power structures. The Schopenhauerian perspective on the role of suffering and intelligence. Schopenhauer was deeply concerned with the issue of suffering, and he viewed it as an inescapable part of the human condition. But intelligence, he argued, is uniquely connected to suffering. The more intelligent a person becomes, the more they are aware of the world's inherent suffering, injustice, and existential challenges. This awareness can be overwhelming, especially for those who see no easy solutions or paths forward. Intelligent people are more likely to grapple with the meaning of life, the suffering of others, and the apparent futility of human existence. The more they understand, the more they suffer. But this suffering, in Schopenhauer's view, is not a burden to be avoided. Rather, it's a natural consequence of true intellectual engagement with the world. Yet, this heightened awareness of suffering and existential anxiety is something that many people prefer to avoid. This makes intelligent individuals appear distant, pessimistic, or even nihilistic. The suffering that comes with intelligence often isolates the individual further, making it difficult for them to relate to others. Most people, Schopenhauer believed, are content to live their lives without deeply considering the darker truths about life. But the highly intelligent person is forced to confront these truths head-on, which makes their existence feel more burdensome, and by extension, more frightening to others. Why society needs intelligent people? Despite their fear. While society may fear intelligent people, Schopenhauer also recognized that these individuals are indispensable to the advancement of civilization. Despite the discomfort they cause, intelligent individuals are the ones who drive change, push the boundaries of knowledge, and challenge outdated ideas. History is filled with examples of people who, because of their intelligence, reshaped the course of human events. Schopenhauer understood that, although these individuals might be feared or ostracized, they are essential for progress. Whether it's in science, philosophy, art, or politics, it is often the intelligent individuals who introduce the radical ideas that change the world. They might scare society, but it is through them that society is able to move forward. Without these thinkers, society would remain stagnant, stuck in the same outdated ideas and methods. Thus, even though intelligent people may make society uncomfortable, they play a vital role in pushing humanity toward greater understanding, moral development, and innovation. The influence of intelligent people on modern society. In today's world, Schopenhauer's insights on the fear of intelligence still ring true. With the rise of social media, technology, and global interconnectedness, intelligent people now have more platforms than ever to share their thoughts. However, this has not necessarily led to a broader acceptance of intelligence. On the contrary, many of these platforms amplify the very tensions Schopenhauer spoke of. In today's digital world, intelligent ideas often face intense scrutiny or outright rejection from the masses. Social media, for example, can turn intellectuals into targets of ridicule or even hostility, especially when their ideas challenge widely held beliefs. This is a reflection of the same fears Schopenhauer identified. People are afraid of what they don't understand, and they often react by silencing or discrediting those who bring uncomfortable truths to light. In conclusion, Schopenhauer's theory that intelligent people scare society is both a timeless and a relevant observation. While society may fear intelligence because it challenges comfort and stability, it is also through intelligent individuals that progress and change occur. These individuals are the catalysts for growth, innovation, and moral development. So, let's take a moment to appreciate the role of intelligence in society. Instead of fearing those who think differently or question our assumptions, we should recognize that it is only through engaging with new ideas and embracing challenging perspectives that we can evolve as a society. Embrace the discomfort that comes with intelligent thought. For, as Schopenhauer would remind us, it is through the courage to face uncomfortable truths that we can truly grow.